This program provides education, not advice. See the truthayf.com disclosure page for details.
This is where technology, innovation, and personal finance come together.
This is the truth about your future with Rick Edelman. Brought to you by Global X ETFs, dedicated to providing investors with unexplored intelligent solutions, and by Invesco QQQ. Anyone can become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
It's Monday, November 13th. You thinking of having a baby? You might want to consider moving to Hong Kong. There are so few women having babies there. The government in Hong Kong is now paying women to have kids, $2,500. Plus, you get first in line for government-subsidized housing. Can't have kids? Then the government will get you access to in vitro fertilization. Hong Kong has a big problem, and they know it. The fertility rate in Hong Kong is the lowest in the world, just 0.8 children per woman. Scientists say that women need to have 2.1 babies to keep the population stable. Very few countries in the world are meeting that level anymore. We're at 2.0 here in the U.S. Most of Europe is down to around 1.5. China's fertility rate has dropped so sharply in the past few years that their population has actually declined in the last year for the first time in decades. And Japan has a birth rate at a 16-year low during the pandemic. South Korea's got a similar problem. They too are offering cash to women to have a baby. Nobody thinks their payments, or Hong Kong's new payments, are going to solve these problems. 43% of women in Hong Kong don't have children. And almost half of them say that the reason is that the city isn't suitable for child development. There are now 18% fewer kids in kindergarten than there were in 2019. And it's not just the women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s who don't want kids. Increasingly, their parents don't want them to have kids either. In China, grandmothers traditionally help raise the babies. But now, grannies are revolting. In one province, a grandmother sued her daughter and son-in-law for unpaid childcare fees, and the court ruled in her favor. The kids had to pay grandma $11,000. That's led to a bunch of similar lawsuits all over China. Will that be the next thing they export? Will American grandparents start suing their kids who ask them to be babysitters? We all know the cost of raising children. It's now $250,000 according to the federal government, and the impact on your lifestyle is just as huge. And apparently, the impact on the grandparents' lifestyle as well. What does this mean for the future fabric of our society? And for the family tree in your own family? Will you get grandchildren? How many? And how old will you be when you do? And will you help to raise them? Will you help to pay for their education? These are changes as fundamental as it gets, and it represents future issues we're all going to have to grapple with. Hey, if you want to read about NFTs and digital assets, I've got articles on those subjects and a lot more at thetruthayf.com. Links in the show notes.
Landmark infrastructure legislation was passed in the last Congress. Now comes the work of getting it built. The Global X U.S. Infrastructure Development ETF, ticker PAVE, invests in dozens of companies helping shape the future of American infrastructure. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Investments in infrastructure-related companies have greater exposure to the potential adverse economic, regulatory, political, and other changes affecting such entities. Before investing, carefully consider the fund's objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in the full or summary prospectus at globalxetfs.com. Read carefully. Distributed by SEI Investments Distribution Company.
The Truth About Your Future with Rick Edelman is brought to you by Schwab. You want control of your financial future, and Schwab knows that. That's why when it comes to managing your wealth, Schwab gives you more choices, like full-service wealth management and advice when you need it most. You can also invest on your own and trade on Thinkorswim, the powerful award-winning trading platforms. Plus, you'll get low costs, transparent pricing, and 24/7 live help. Because Schwab understands it's your financial journey, and they believe you should have choices in how you invest. Visit schwab.com to learn more.
Increased awareness and actionable intelligence about the forces that are shaping our world.
This is the truth about your future with Rick Edelman.